So my neighbor Ron came up to the house the other day, and he's my neighbor on two sides of my 40 here. But he came up to the house and said his Dozer man had made a terrible mistake, and he was going to take care of it, and felt really bad. And I thought, oh no. So let's go down here and just see what he's talking about. Well, this is it. There's my fence, and it used to run right up through there, and then the corner of my 40 is just down the hill there a little bit. But he got over onto me. Looks like a good 10 yards or so. The only problem I really have with it, and I would never tell Mr. McCoy this, but I had done some cutting and even dragged a couple dead cedar trees over here to block this from deer crossing. They kind of had a pretty good trail here, and I wanted them to stay on me a little longer, and if they were going to cross the fence, do it up there near where I had a deer stand. So looks like I may be dropping a few more trees here to maintain that sort of block, but it was unintentional. And Ron is a good neighbor, and I told him don't worry about it, no big deal. So that's the end of it. But first time I met Ron, one of the first things he told me was, you know, if you're hunting and you see something over on me, he said, go ahead and shoot it. So not many neighbors approach it like that, so certainly not going to make a big deal out of this. Well, this is it from the other side. There's my fence. So he got into me pretty good, but I don't know, the answer might be to just put a stand right here somewhere, maybe kind of tuck something in. It's focusing on my finger. Tuck something up in. There's a cedar tree there and a big gnarly mess. That might be a good spot for a deer stand. Something else to mention while I'm back here, standing on the property line. This is my neighbor over here. As you can see down in that creek bottom, it's just open. I mean, that's what you call an open hardwood right there. And I mean, I can see a good 250 yards all the way down into that creek bottom. And you know, my neighbor, he's old school. He likes to keep things tidy. You know, no brush or stuff laying around, and maybe there are some thicker parts back up in there, but you compare that open hardwoods, and then just next door at my place, it's the same. You know, it's a big creek bottom down there, and I mean, we're in January, and you can see, oh, maybe 50 yards or a little farther, but you can't see clear to the other side of the holler. So, you know, I've killed 3 bucks in 4 years, and actually Connor, I didn't shoot a buck here this year, but my son Connor did. And I know the last 2 years, the neighbor they haven't shot any bucks. They've been killing a few does, but no bucks. So, you know, maybe some of these improvements we're doing at the home farm are holding some of our daylight bucks and protecting our bucks, and that's what we did it for. Been a lot of chainsaw therapy going on back in my side. Open hardwoods on the neighbor.